Hi, John. It's totally understandable that this topic can be confusing, but I hope this explanation will make it clearer. First, I want to talk about some space that ideally all the person have in their mouth. So to support a proper class 1 occlusion. So these are the primate spaces and the leeway spaces. So the primate spaces are small gaps found between the canine and the lateral incisors in the upper arch, and also we have this space in the lower arch between the canine and the first molar. So remember that these kind of spaces are only in the deciduous teeth, in the baby teeth. So these spaces are key when the permanent teeth began to erupt, as they help create enough space for the permanent teeth to fit correctly into the occlusion, preventing crowding. So because the permanent is bigger, so that tooth need that gap to fit in that space. You know what I mean? So remember what I mentioned, that the baby teeth are smaller. So without this primate space, there wouldn't be enough room for the permanent teeth to settle into their correct position. So on the other hand, the leeway space refer to the size, to the different size between the deciduous teeth, like for example the canines or the molars, and their successor teeth. So successor teeth are the permanent that came after we lose that deciduous teeth. So this space helps us to have a proper alignment also. So now let's talk about mesial drift. When baby teeth fall out and the permanent teeth start to erupt, the teeth tend to move toward the midline. So for example, this molar, if erupt, tend to go to the midline. So it goes to the center of the midline of the mouth. So this movement is called mesial drift, as the teeth shift toward the center. Mesial shift forces help align the tooth correctly, contributing to the formation of a class 1 occlusion. So remember, it depends on the mesial drift and the mesial shift. So in a class 1 occlusion, mesiovestibular cusp of the first permanent molar fits to the mesiobuccal groove of the lowest first molar. So this is a perfect class 1. And class 2 and class 3, I think that you have already discussed in class, so I think that this is not necessary that I mention it now. So why do we or why do some people develop a class 2 or maybe a class 3 occlusion? Okay, in the case of class 2 occlusion, it may be due to a larger upper jaw than a lower jaw, or imbalance in mandibular growth. Oral habits like thumb sucking and mouth breathing also contributed, as they can deform the palate and make it like little narrow and affect the proper position of the teeth. So yeah, remember that. And as the class as for class 3, this is often heavily influenced by genetics. So for example, if both parents or maybe no, I don't know, the dad have a prominent lower jaw, it's more like probable that the children also develop this kind of yaw, because it's all about genetics. So also the anodontia in the upper jaw can narrow the arch and favor a class 3, because imagine that I don't have these premolars, the 4 of them. I'm going to have a lower jaw, so this will be, or seems like bigger than the other one. Okay, so another characteristic or another thing that could develop class 3 is the syndrome de Down, where there is like an altered development of the jaw. Another thing could be like an excess of the hormone, the growth hormone. Excess growth hormone, which can lead to excessive mandibular growth. Okay, I hope this explanation will help you to understand an ideal class 1 occlusions, how it develops, and how class 2 and 3 occlusions occur. So if you have any question or need more details, feel free to let me know. Maybe we can meet at the college to discuss this further. So have a great day. Bye.